Today we're going to make cucumber melon soap. I'm completely out of cucumber melon on the website, so it's time to make some more. Now the awesome thing about cucumber melon for us is we use actual cucumber and actual melon juice. Did you put aloe in this? You did.
It's all aloe.
Right, so when we make our lye solution, let me put some gloves on so I can start touching things, because safety first when it comes to making soap. Let me go through my safety things. I have my hat on so you don't get any hair in the soap. I have my glasses on. If you don't wear glasses, get some goggles, because if any of this splashes on you, you can, hello.
Marcasio 76 says hi.
Right, oh, good to know. Yes, so, and gloves. You have to wear gloves. You should be wearing long sleeves, but I've never had an issue. And I'm a wild person living dangerously, okay? Also, closed-toe shoes. I have on my shoes and my socks and that whole thing. But definitely, I do have fairly sensitive skin, and anytime I get any bit of the lye on my skin, you have to wash it off immediately because it can burn you in this state. So what we do is I get I have weighed out my oils, and what did I say they were? 358.4. So I divided that in half, and I'm making it into 2 separate batches. So then also Mr. Woman Fuzzy, he mixes up my lye solution, and some people for lye solution, all you need is sodium hydroxide and water. We don't use water, we use aloe vera juice. And also we cut back on a little bit of the aloe vera juice, and we used the cucumber. He used my Jack LaLanne juicer and made some cucumber, and also juiced up some melon. So that's in there, and there's a lot of benefits to that. I'm not going to list them right now because, you know, top of my head, I don't have it. Normally I write that kind of stuff down. So I'm going to make each batch half. I'm going to make half of it like an orange color, and for the orange color I'm using turmeric. We're doing everything all natural except when we're adding some fragrance. So the orange color is going to be made with turmeric, and turmeric is fantastic for your skin. And the green color we're doing a first this time, and so we're going to do half of it orange, half of it green. What do you think? Which one should I put on the bottom, babe?
Usually do the green.
Usually do the green. So the green's going to go on the bottom. So we have 2 lye solutions, 2 things of oil. I'm just going to make it like it's 2 separate batches of soap. And we're trying for the very first time spirulina powder. And I will read to you what it says on the back of the spirulina powder. It says spirulina, I don't even know if I'm saying that right, is 65% protein and amino acids, and also has anti-inflammatory properties. It's extremely high in chlorophyll, which helps remove toxins from the blood and boost the immune system. Now obviously you're not going to be eating this because it's soap, and I know I get a lot of comments about people who say my soap looks delicious and they want to eat it. Please don't eat it. You know, hopefully this will create a little bit of maybe grit, and it will exfoliate a little bit and color.
Alex Montoya says, what soap do you suggest for a first time? I'm looking for something I can use on my whole body.
Whole body. It depends. If you have no sensitivities, if you have no skin sensitivities, like you just have normal, everyday, regular skin, you could start with any of the bars that we have. We mostly use the same recipe for everything. Who said hey, babe?
What's that?
I can't see that from here. Someone said hey.
345.
Hello. And we use the same recipe of oils for everything. We use castor oil, olive oil, coconut oil, shea butter, rice bran oil, and ethically sourced palm. What?
Tell Cooper to lay down.
Oh. So that's our base recipe. It's all of our soaps. The only thing, if you were going to start using a soap and you have some kind of skin sensitivities, I would start with one that's unfragranced, like has no fragrance to it whatsoever. So
Yeah.
Castile, oatmeal milk and honey, triple milk, Wicked Garden is unscented as well. Any of those are fantastic. Castile is super gentle. The only oil in that is olive oil, because that's the definition of Castile. It's just olive oil and sodium hydroxide. So we used aloe vera juice, sodium hydroxide, and olive oil.
What are your favorite fragrances?
My favorite fragrances are, my absolute favorite is the Under the Boardwalk, which just makes me feel like I'm on the beach. A lot of people only do their beach soaps during the summertime. What?
July just recommended that song.
Yeah, the Under the Boardwalk I absolutely love. And a lot of people only make the beach fragrances, the beach soaps in the summertime. I carry that beach soap all year round because in the dead of winter, I need something to look forward to. I need to, imagine myself in the summertime, and using that soap helps me do that. Other favorites is I love Sharp Dressed Man. Some people say it's a masculine scent. It smells like shaving cream, it's the shaven haircut fragrance from Brambleberry, and I love that one too. Some of the other ones that I like, Two Tickets to Paradise. That's a fantastic one too. That smells like a tropical drink. So I mean, it depends on. Some people like fruity, some people like floral. I think we have a nice selection of all of those on the website. So if you're looking for, the fragrance, don't go by the name. Usually the name we name after a song, but
it's usually got something to do with it.
Usually the fragrance, the name usually has something to do with the fragrance. But on every single listing on the website, we have I have a description of what the ingredients are and what the scent is. One fragrance I can't stand is patchouli. Hate it. Hate patchouli. Mr. Warm and Fuzzy keeps telling me that I should make a patchouli soap. We are all out of, what's that one that you said to make it?
Which one?
The patchouli one?
Oh, the Good Vibrations?
Good Vibrations. Okay, so the last time we made Good Vibrations, we used the black vanilla raspberry, but we make a couple of black vanilla raspberries. He suggested using Good Vibrations and a patchouli soap because that was like a neon kind of funky kind of coloring.
Kind of soap.
Really, really funky. But if I make patchouli soap, I'm gonna need you guys to promise to buy every single bar within a week because I can't have that smell in my house. It just makes me ill. Also, I'm going to measure out my fragrance. Shit. Oh, that's not good. Shit. Oh, that's not good.
No. Mom's favorite vase. She always says don't play ball in the house.
But I've never had an issue.
Everybody see that? I just dropped the fragrance. Didn't go anywhere except all over my arm, so I'm going to smell like cucumber melon. That's gonna be a blooper for the blooper reel. So I'm gonna smell. What? I'm gonna go rinse it off, but first I'm gonna clean up all the stuff on the floor. It smells really nice in here right now. I was just gonna weigh it out. Alright, let me get the floor.
5.
So I'm going to get ready and start. First thing I'm gonna do is move this into range. Here's my lye. And it smells, most of the time lye, the smell of the lye makes me a little bit gag. But this one really just smells like fresh cucumber juice. Like I'm about to go on a juice cleanse. A juice cleanse. Just fine. Alright, so I have my oils all measured out. This is half my batch. Here goes my lye. This is the most important part for safety. You don't want to drop it like I just dropped that other stuff. And I'm just going to pour it in. I like to strain my lye because sometimes we leave it for a couple of days and you get lye lint, and I don't like lye lint, so I'm going to strain it and just put it to the side. And okay, so I have this, pop this on. on, what did we say we were putting on the bottom, the green?
Yeah.
Right, so I'm really interested to see how this green comes out, but first I'm going to turn the stick blender on and I'm going to, what? I know. Mix it till I get to emulsion. And I love my stick blender. I love seeing, you can see the reaction right up here. You can see, what? I'm gonna put the color in. First I'm gonna put my fragrance in. Fantastic. And I'm gonna mix it up. I like to put my colorant in a cup beforehand, and I like to take some of the oil to disperse it because I don't like any of the like dry bits to not mix in fully. I like it to be pretty well incorporated before I put it into my mix. So there's that. It doesn't look green, it looks more black. Well, I guess when if you hold it like that, it does. So I'll mix it up a little bit. Spirulina powder, which is an all-natural colorant. We are using cucumber melon fragrance. And now I'm going to just stir it around a little bit until I get to a light to medium trace. And then I'll start working on the other half of this soap after I pour it in. So I'll stir it and I'll give it a little zip every once in a while. I don't like to take the stick blender out, but I feel like it's getting a little bit thick. And you can see when I do this, kind of like pancake batter, if you go like this on top and you just kind of let it fall, you can see, I don't know if you can see it on there, but I can see from here, no, you can't see it, that this is at a light trace. I'm just gonna give it a couple little zips, just make sure everything is mixed in really well. I'm just gonna pour it in. Try and grab the whole thing, let's not drop this, Margaret. I don't want to pour it too fast because I don't want it to splatter back at me. Nice and thick. And then I will scrape out the entire container, and I know what you're thinking.
Say it.
I was just gonna say, I shouldn't say it?
Nope.
I have to say it.
Say it.
I have to say it.
Yeah.
If you watch Katie Carson, you know what I'm trying not to say, but I'm gonna say it. Scrapey, scrapey my container. It's happening. It's happening, people. That's a little bit thick. So I am going to use my handles. Shake it back and forth. Try and get it into the corners. And I think we're good. I'm gonna let that set up a little bit while I work on the top portion, which will be the orange. And then before I pour the orange, I'm gonna use the spatula to make some divots in. All right, so I'm gonna put my lye solution in. Same thing. I am straining it because of potential for lye lint. We didn't have any lye lint, but I strained it anyway just in case. Because Mr. Warm and Fuzzy does the dishes, not me. And I will, again, mix it up a little bit. You can see immediately the reaction between the oils and the lye solution. Now the cucumber melon that we juiced up to put in here won't retain any of its fragrance, which is why we add the actual fragrance afterwards, which I'm going to do in a minute. And again, this is going to be the orange portion of the soap, and I'm using turmeric for this, which I'm hoping it doesn't stain over any mold. It shouldn't. This is kind of thick in here. I used 4 tablespoons of turmeric, and I used 4 tablespoons of the spirulina. So now this will be orange, and I do know that this makes a nice orange because we have used this before. We haven't used the green before. And I'm just going to add my fragrance so I don't overblend. What does he want for Father's Day? If you ask him, he will tell you nothing. I have everything that I need with my wonderful wife, who is the love of my life.
It's like you have a script.
So this will make a nice orange, and it's not like a bright orange, although it does look very pumpkin-y on the camera. And I'll try and get this to a light trace, maybe try and pour it a little bit sooner than I did the other one. I'm going to take this off, push it to the side. I might give it another little zhuzh before. And now this is nice and hard.
Easy.
What? And I'm just going to texture this up so that it gives a little bit of character. This is pretty cool. Pour over. And again, no rhyme or reason, just pouring it. Okay. Push it to the side again. Pull this back. Yeah, this is getting pretty thick.
Get moving.
So, don't need to stir it again. And just off some of this. Hopefully it'll pour nice, because it's getting pretty thick. And I'm not going to use a spatula to break the fold. Oh, look, I've already broken my mold. There you go. Nice. Hope my calculations are on. Pretty good with the calculations, maybe a little bit more the next few days. Turn this way. This is my favorite part of soap making, is the design that I
I
like
like
to.
the colors mixed with the green of the olive oil and makes colors off.
Yeah, so it depends on what olive oil you use. If you use, we use pure olive oil. If you use pumice is
Or extra virgin.
or extra virgin oil, like extra virgin olive oil.
Really green.
It's really good for cooking, but you're not really seeing much of a difference in the benefits. I'm just going to swirl it while I'm talking to you. No, maybe I won't because it's not really
Give it a second.
that setup. I'm going to give it a couple of seconds. So when you're making soap, the benefits of olive oil to like pure olive oil, pumice, and extra virgin olive oil, it's so minute, right? That you're not gonna, if you're paying extra money for extra virgin olive oil, it's almost like it's a waste. Not to mention the fact that extra virgin olive oil and pumice olive oil are greener than pure olive oil.
And pumice really speeds
And
up the trace.
pumice really speeds up the trace. So I don't know if you saw, this was a very quick soap to make, and it's set up pretty quick. Whenever we use pumice, besides the fact that everything had a greenish tint, so and if I wanted to use yellows, they were great. If I wanted to use blues, they would turn green. Reds would turn like orangey and brownish. So it messed up with it messed up my colors, and then it also made it accelerate really fast. And in the beginning, when we were first trying to perfect our recipes, we couldn't figure out why was this going to trace so fast. So while I'm waiting for this to set up, if you're not following me, click the follow button right now. Also, this is my mold from Winston & Walter. What I like about it is this super thick liner. And now what I like is it's a bigger mold, and we're excited to make some bigger batches of soap.
Just bought triple milk, recover, rehab, recover, charcoal, and simply oatmeal. Can't wait to try. Oh, cool.
See now
I guess we just got an order.
Oh, awesome.
Thank you.
So now it's thicker, and you can see like it's giving a little bit of, I don't know if you can see it because the words are there, but It's giving it some of the texture that I love. This is my favorite. I just like to swirl the tops of my soaps. I do these just little twists and turns. This is a simple soap, so I don't have any colors on the top to swirl into it. But when I mix them all together, I love a nice texture. I love just making these swirls and getting it bumpy. And when it's thicker, it does a really nice job. And then Mr. Woman Fuzzy loves when I do the big swirls at the end.
How many bars does that make?
Good question. Well, this is the first time we're using this big mold, and what I did yesterday was I took the bars the size that I have now, and I lined them up this way and I lined them up that way just to see which way I should cut the bars to see how many we would get. And what was the conclusion?
I believe 75.
75,
76.
and we usually, when we were using our old mold, we were getting about 66. 65 or 66. This is the size of the bars that we make. They're 4 inches high. That's how high the mold is. They are 2 2¼ this way, and then 1¼ this way.
Weigh about 6 ounces.
Yeah. So yeah, they weigh about 6 ounces after they cure, and soap.
Here comes the sun.
And here comes the sun. When we take about, it takes about 4 weeks for soap to cure, and that means it really just has to set up and let some of the water that's in it has to dissipate. And I literally could play with this all day long. I really could. And because there's no color on it, it's just one color, it'll just keep getting more and more textured and look better. Sometimes if you put color on it, the colors can mix together and get all muddy looking, but not when there's no color, only one. I know your time is important to you, so thanks for spending it watching this video. If you liked it, hit that like button and maybe share it with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe to see more videos like this one. And for more content, head over to our Instagram and TikTok pages. The links are down below. And remember, life is short. Use the good soap.